Welcome everybody to 90 Day Fiance Fridays on a Tuesday, I think. What's good?
Yeah, a Tuesday. I don't have we ever done a Tuesday outside of an emergency show? I don't think we have.
No.
Yeah, the only time we've ever done a Tuesday show was one of the emergency podcasts, I think.
I feel like we had to have done it at least like once outside of an emergency one.
I don't remember, Gina. We're gonna have to check. I don't know. I feel like,
No.
yeah, I'm telling you, I think this is like the first ever Tuesday. The only time we ever did a Tuesday was like one of the probably when Jasmine was pregnant,
Hmm.
or I think we did a couple of other emergency ones too, but it was probably one of those. But
Oh, and when the photographer took the pictures and then she took it down within the same
oh,
day.
for the baby birthing. Yeah, we did that
Yeah.
too. Yeah,
Hmm.
because she got in trouble for posting early, and that was giving a hint as to when Matilda was actually born. So yeah, she had to take it down. Yeah.
True. I was gonna say, okay, so let's talk about the tell-all. Like, the first thing that was unveiled was it was the what was it? Betty finally found out she's gonna be a grandmother.
Yeah, yeah, and I don't know if Betty knew already, but I would give her a Emmy or a Grammy. I don't know what they give you for
Oscar.
Oscar.
A daytime Emmy award.
She definitely pretended like that was the first time she got that information. So I don't know how accurate that is. I find it very hard to believe she didn't know that girl was 6 months pregnant. But her acting, I would have given her a daytime Emmy for that. She really did sell to me that it was new information, even though I don't buy it.
Yeah, her reaction was like over the top. Like you would have thought she won. You would have thought like you would have thought she had a daughter, and then the baby daddy was Elon Musk or something.
Yeah, see, that's kind of why I think it was an act because it was like you said, it was too over the top. Like her reaction was almost too
Yeah.
rehearsed. That's why I was just like, oh, I don't think I can buy this because it just seems too rehearsed. No, I mean, I know that's good news, but the way she acted, it was a little like performative, right? It was a little performative.
I'm trying to remember. Did she cry too or something or what?
She cried, Cara cried, Sean Robinson cried, Brandon cried, um,
Everyone cried.
Julia obviously cried.
yeah, Jasmine cried. Everyone was crying. I think the only people that weren't crying were Gino, Matt, and Jovi. I think Yara cried. I think everyone was crying basically except them.
Oh, then I think I had a tweet about that because like yeah, Sean Robinson at some point maybe it was like after they were on a break, she like goes up to Julia and Sean Robinson says, "That was amazing. I don't think I've ever cried." And then, of course, I had to do a snarky tweet that said, "Of course, Sean Robinson has never cried because she's never watched a full season of 90 Day Fiancé."
She really hasn't. And if that was the thing that made her cry of all the things that we've witnessed on the show, that says a lot. Like
Hmm.
that's what brought tears to your eyes. Like we've witnessed a lot of different things happen, good, bad, and sad and happy and
The good,
exciting.
the bad, and the ugly.
Yeah, and I was like, this is what brought tears to your eyes after 11 years of the show. This is the first thing to make you cry. It kind of made me irritated.
We had Nikki in the chat says that was so fake. The Oscar for Best Ensemble goes to the 90 Day cast.
Yeah, because you know they all knew. Everybody in that studio knew that Julia was pregnant already.
Hmm.
So, because they had to prep everybody for the scene and they had the parents on FaceTime, both sets of parents on FaceTime ready. Like this was not so yeah, everybody performed well.
Hmm.
They earned their tell-all check for that segment. Everybody did their surprise face.
True. And then hold on one second. I'm just looking at what I tweeted. So then like it's a different subject, but well, since my this was a tweet from 2 days ago, and since then I posted more proof, but like 2 days ago I posted a screenshot with like the screen next to Julia, and I said that red and I put a red arrow on the screenshot, and I said that red arrow slash TV screen is where Tiger Lily and Adnan were remotely, and then TLC slapped the red Happily Ever After logo on top of them when they edited them out. And then since then on my Instagram yesterday, I posted the photos of like Tiger Lily and Edon in their home doing the remote with a shot of like their laptop and the webcam and the lighting and them. So that's definitely confirmed now.
So they filmed. Do you think that they filmed the entire thing? Because remember, I kept looking and zooming in, and I didn't see a screen. And then so there's certain scenes and episodes where there was a screen. So I was like, I wonder if they didn't make it through the whole session. I think that this particular tell-all was filmed over 5 days.
Mhm.
I'm wondering if they only made it to a few of the days because some of the footage they showed, I didn't see a screen, but I definitely saw that screen in between. I think it was Cara and Guillermo, wasn't it? And Brandon and Julia. I most definitely saw that when you posted, and I was like, oh, they were physically there for some point of it. But I wonder if they didn't make it through the whole
Yeah,
set.
look, I didn't really think about that until now. I have a theory, and let me say allegedly, but like I have a theory that well, and this is not. Sometimes my theories are based on like hardcore tea, and then sometimes my theories are just like a theory. So let's just put this. Actually, I don't know. I don't know if this is based on tea or not, but let's just say let's call it a theory. But like the theory could be like that they had a fight with like Lauren and Alexi, over the whole obviously they're on two sides of the spectrum, so they could have had a fight, and then Lauren could have said, "If you don't get them off the rest of this tell-all, I'm not doing it," or something. I don't know.
That's very possible. I mean, they've been going back and forth online, and you would think that the fight could have started during the tell-all because they've been going hard on each other, ever since. So
Mhm.
it's very possible. And I kept analyzing the footage and I was looking for the screen, and I didn't see it during the first two episodes, and then in the third, I did catch it, and I was like, no, so they were there, like not physically, but they were most definitely a part of it at some point. So. We'll probably never get a full story as to what really transpired. Like
Mhm.
TLC will never tell us, and I think Tiger Lily is never gonna actually tell us what really happened. I wish we would, but I don't think we'll ever get a full explanation.
Yeah, I'll try to dig into it more for Friday, but all right, so that's that. We don't need to spend too much more time, but like okay, and then at some point, I'm like jumping around, so we could always go back and forth, but there and then when they at some point they went back in the house, I guess it was in the last half of the episode, they went back in the house. But I'm trying to remember if anything special happened. It was shocking how like there was a scene where they were by the bartender, I guess, and how there's literally I didn't realize there's like literally four cameramen like with four different cameras like all shooting everyone at the same time right next to each other.
Yeah, a lot of people don't realize how like unnatural.
Hmm.
I mean, it's because when we're seeing it from the other side, it just looks like they're just sitting in the house interacting with each other. But no, there's like different angles of cameramen and boom mics. It's a very unnatural situation. I've had a lot of people tell me all the time. They're like, it's really weird, because you have to be very performative. There's all these people standing there that, we at home can't see. And they're like all expecting you to do exactly what you were told, and say exactly what you were told. And it's very unnatural. So yeah, it's kind of interesting when we do get to see those the other side of the camera, what the actual cast members are looking at versus what we think we see. That is
Hmm.
really interesting because it's acting, and a lot of people don't want to admit it, but they coach them in the scenes and they tell them what outcome they want out of the scenes, and then they perform. So at the end of the day, you think you're watching reality TV, but you're watching 50-50 of reality and production.
True. And then what did you think of that? I mean, I'm probably leading the witness by my questioning, but what did you think of that dumb like Jovi game where you're humping in the air and then the ball's trying to go into your cup?
Oh, yeah, I've seen that before. That's
Mhm.
kind of like a college frat boy game or a hazing game. So I want to say in college we've done stuff like that before. So I had seen that before. I think it's stupid, but when you're drinking, things tend to be a little more interesting than they are in real life. But
I thought initially when he came out with like the red cups or whatever, I assumed he was just going to play like regular beer pong. I didn't realize they're all going to do that dumb game.
yeah, it was stupid. But oh,
You
and
know, you know they should. Sorry to interrupt you. You know what they should have done? They should have done like strip beer pong. So like once you get it in the cup, the other person loses the article of clothing or
oh well, that would have to go on Cinemax.
something.
Yeah,
I'm
or
not.
Bravo or
Yeah,
something.
I'm not against it, but yeah, that's a little more risque than they're allowed to show
Mhm.
us. Did you notice that Kara did a little impromptu performance of what's the name of that song?
Lento or something.
Lento.
Lento. Yeah, I liked how she wedged her way through and got a little live performance of her song on there. She's definitely maximizing her exposure this season, right? Like she's released
Mhm.
a bunch of songs, a bunch of videos. She did a live performance on the Tell All. Remember back in the day we used to get 90 Day Bears All, and that's where people would get to perform and stuff. Like we don't have that anymore. So Cara was like, I'm gonna take advantage of this. And she did a little performance with Julia. And it
But
was
didn't someone say she forgot the lyrics of her
Like
own
JLP did a
song?
tweet, yeah.
Yeah.
she kind of did. Yeah, which is kind of weird. And the performance didn't make her look good because I saw people trying to rip into her voice on Twitter the other day, and I was like, nah, her voice is definitely a lot stronger than a lot of people who've been through the show. I was like, maybe she had been drinking or whatever.
Hmm. Yeah,
I
and
don't
then
know
like,
what the situation was because people are like, oh,
yeah, JLP's tweet said, how you forget the words to a song you wrote?" That was JLP's
yeah,
tweet.
that's yeah, and when you're performing your song on national TV, you don't forget the words. But I'm just glad that she crowbarred her way in and got her performance on TV in general because we don't get 90 Day Bears All anymore. That's where we used to get. I think Darcy and Stacey performed "Doing It Big" on there,
Mhm.
and I think
Yeah, they did.
River performed his song on there. Um, Remember there was a
That was during COVID times.
yeah, like why did they take that away? I feel like a lot of stuff that happened during COVID outside of COVID itself was fun and they took it away. Oh, and you know who else was on there? Remember Evelyn was with a guy, I can't remember his name, but he was an artist too. Not Evelyn with Corey. It was like Evelyn, the girl with the guitar. She
Mhm.
was with a guy, and I think he was like an artist. He performed on 90 Day Bears All too. Like we used to have a lot more musicians on the show back in the day. So Kara's kind of reviving that.
True. Well, and then didn't Sarper do his act as well?
No, I don't think Sarper did an act. Gina, did Sarper do an act on 98 Bears? I feel like he
They're
came
not Bears
Not
all, just
not
as in like
Bears All in
in general.
general.
did he do it on a tell-all?
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
Was he funny? I don't remember it, so I'm gonna assume no.
I think at that point
Mm.
I had zero expectations, so he's better than zero.
Oh, okay. I mean, I still want to go to a Sarper show. I'm not
Oh,
I'm
like somebody said he's kind of going to be near me in December, so
really. Are you gonna go?
maybe, I'm not sure yet, but
Somebody has to take one for the team and report back to base.
yeah, I probably need to go for the sake of like,
If it was near me,
Educational
well, right.
purposes.
It's not because you want to go because you're a fan. It's more so because you need to do to gather evidence and information for the podcast. It's more so for informational purposes. It's not because you're a Shakarper fan or anything like that.
yeah. So we'll see. I don't want to tip my hat, but
Well, all the information I get about him is from people that like him and they all think he's funny, but I don't want a biased opinion. I just want to know cut and dry, yes or no. Like cuz everybody that's like, "Oh, he's so funny." There are people who like him genuinely or they're fans of him.
they're just yeah, they're a fan of seeing him on television.
Yes.
That's the reason
Yes.
they like him, not his comedy necessarily.
How many times have I had somebody tell me that they had a favorite artist and they took me to go see this favorite artist perform and the favorite artist was garbage? But I couldn't tell them that because this was their favorite person in the world. Like, and I don't want to say that I don't think Britney Spears is talented,
Hmm.
but I know a lot of people that are massive Britney Spears fans, and I've seen her perform live. And she's a good performer, but like when her microphone was on and she was actually singing, there wasn't much going on. So, but you can't say that in front of a Britney Spears fan because they will stab you. But at the end of the day, if you give her a microphone and say sing with no music and no backup track, you're not going to get a whole lot, right? You're just not.
Hmm. True. And then at one point, I'm jumping around. Sorry, I'm jumping around. And then at one point, like Jasmine goes to Jovi and she says like, "You're a 3.5." And then my tweet said, Jasmine, who has a ton of plastic surgery, calls Jovi a 3.5, like eye roll emoji. What'd you think of that?
I don't know. I think we've had this conversation before. Me and Captain, we were going back and forth because I asked Captain if she thought Jovi was out of Yara's league. Remember we were talking about that back in the day? And
Mm,
I
Mm-hmm.
didn't think Jovi was like a 3.5. I thought that like if Yara would be considered a 10, I thought Jovi would be somewhere between a 6 or a 7. I didn't realize that he was that low on the totem pole, right? I was like, dang, I didn't think that he was a monster. Like when I hear 3.5, I'm thinking like swamp monster. Right?
mm,
Like I'm thinking like they're missing teeth, like their eyes don't go in the same direction. Like I'm thinking a swamp monster. So I thought that was a really extreme low rating that she gave him. Like I was like, damn, Jasmine, you're basically saying he's ugly. That's crazy.
Well, Jasmine shouldn't talk. Look how much work she's done.
Well, we've
mm,
all seen the before pictures of Jasmine versus the after pictures of Jasmine, and
Yeah, she looks like baby girl Lisa.
they look like two different people. So,
mm,
yeah, she doesn't have the right to talk about people's looks because if she didn't have the money to change her looks, she would also be considered a 3.5, right? But she paid to go up on that ladder, you know? So,
mm.
yeah, I thought it was kind of interesting that she was basically calling Jovi ugly, which I thought was a little out of pocket.
Yeah,
Oh,
I think Jovi responded on his.
Hello, hello,
um,
hello.
Hey JLB,
Hey.
JLP has joined the chat.
Yeah,
let me just give one thought out. Like Jovi responded in the stories when about the Jasmine calling him a 3.5, and he basically said, "I don't give a rat's ass what she said, what she thinks or says."
Yeah, I saw that, and I agreed with that. I was like, Jovi, don't let somebody who what's a
she got
nice
no room
way
to
of
talk.
saying this? Who bought her face?
Hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah, like don't let somebody who bought her face tell you what's wrong with your face because that's not even her face. She had to go to the store and buy it.
yeah,
She's in Panamanian witness protection with that new thing.
yeah.
Well,
Man, she
right.
probably got to get a whole new passport.
This is so I
Mhm.
was thinking now that she has a new face and a new body, I was like, what if this isn't the last two kids that she left in Panama? What if there were other kids, but she went and changed her face and now those kids can't find her? So like what if she had multiple like kids and after
Mhm.
she changed her face the first time, those kids can't find her because they can't recognize her anymore.
Yeah,
We
Her
know about
biological kids probably think she's the stepmom now with that new face.
right.
and
'Cause
and
I was
and the
like,
ball and the ball head.
we
Mm.
know about the first two, but what if there's others? Like what if there's others that she's running from? You know how dads be running from their child support? Like what if Jasmine is running from her other children?
Mm. Yeah, and then obviously we could save this for Friday, but she has like I guess she moved into a new house and she has a wish list for you to buy even ordinary house supplies for her.
Well, yeah, because why should Jasmine have to buy things for her own house? Because she hasn't worked in almost a decade. Why should she have to go out and purchase anything for herself? She should live in her house that TLC purchased, and then the TLC fans should also buy her knife sets, right? Like,
Yeah,
what the hell? Like, there's really no shame in any of these games anymore. Like, and she was posting some of the gifts that she got on her story and I saw that one of my friends bought her something, and I'm trying to stay out of it. I'm really trying, y'all. Trying so
Yeah, you try.
hard to
Yeah.
mind my own business, right? Like the
Mm.
one thing my mama taught me was if it's your business, mind it. If it's not your business, don't. So I'm trying to stay out. But I was like, why are you buying Jasmine anything? Like of all people in the world, Jasmine, there's starving children in Africa, but you're buying Jasmine shit. Like, come
Like,
on now.
yeah, not to besmirch your friend, but like as far as like TLC earnings and Cameo earnings and OnlyFans earnings and Fashion Nova earnings and selling vibrators earnings, like Jasmine probably makes more than your friend as far as those kind of earnings.
no, Jasmine cornered the market. She
Mhm.
cornered the market.
She
Yeah.
monopolized it. You're right.
She
Yeah.
she she has to be one of the cast members who has made the most out of grifting off the show.
Yeah. Yeah, you know, Brandon Barry.
She has all of her fans in like a trance, like they're
Oh,
like hypnotized, like it's like a cult and shit.
Oh
Brandon
yeah, yeah.
Brandon and Barry are working towards the grifting success that Jasmine has achieved. They can only dream of being. You know what? I always use the same reference to video game. Jasmine is the master grifter. The last
Yeah, you got to beat that one.
Yeah, and Brandon and Mary are like one of the little smaller ones, and each grifter it gets bigger. But Jasmine is the biggest one. If you're ever gonna work towards it, you want to become a grifter like her.
Yeah, and I never seen a cast member have so many wish lists. Like
Well,
she,
yeah, but yeah,
everything she does is a wish list. I mean,
what
Brandon
does
and Mary are
she buy?
small
Right, what
potatoes.
does she buy?
She should,
Because
she should, she should, she should do a a training course to train people how to grift off the show.
Mm.
yeah, she could do one. What do you call it?
TED Talk.
Where oh shoot,
Like,
yeah, it's like a TED Talk or a
like a
master class. Master class.
Yeah,
Sell the master class on how to grift because what's crazy to me is she makes so much money because she just bought a house. It's like if she's never spending her money, everyone's always buying everything for her. What is she doing with her money? That's my question. Like I never see her in nice
she's
cars.
paying child support.
Yeah, maybe the other kids that she thought wouldn't
Yeah,
recognize her
she
with.
just paid them to go away.
Yeah, they found her and they got her for child support. Maybe that's what's going on.
Yeah, she just paid. You know how some people pay their kids to stay away?
not. I think jokes aside, I think she does send money back or something. I don't know.
Yeah, yeah, she definitely got to be sending money back. Watch next time they show the mother's house in Panama. It's gonna look like a mansion. Watch.
Wait a minute. Pineapple Girl says that she did a $25 coffee giveaway because she said that was all she could afford. Hold on a second. Jasmine is doing giveaways.
Yeah, she does like a well, first of all, before Jasmine ever did it, what's her name? Like Amani was doing it, but Amani was doing it for like I don't remember how much, but like $100 or $200. And then Jasmine started doing it, but Jasmine would do it for like $20 or $25 or something.
And wait, so they just give it to like a random follower? Is that what they do?
Like they do different ways. So like I think I forget how Jasmine does it, but it was just like one random follower. I guess that's how Jasmine did it. But when Imani did it, when the way Imani did it was kind of more of a Wild Wild West situation. It was like she would just post like I don't know if it's a QR code or something or the numbers or some shit, but the way Imani did it was kind of crazy. It was like here's like $100 gift card, but she's like, you're all going to be on the honor system, like only get like $10 or $15 with their coffee, or but so leave some money for the rest of the people. So the
What?
honor system is
No,
not
that's
spent
not a
all.
thing. That's not a thing. If you post the whole credit card number, somebody's gonna spend the whole $100. That's not a thing. You can't. There's no honor system when it comes to the internet because there's no accountability. So that's crazy. She should have just bought 10 Starbucks gift cards and did it separately.
Yeah, I mean, one time she did post like the receipts or whatever of like the people buying it. And yeah, like most were, I was actually surprised. Like most were fairly reasonable, like 10, 12, $15. There was like one that was like $30. But overall, most were like in the 10 to $15 range. So most people didn't go too crazy. I don't know.
What? Are you serious right now? So wait, she posted a credit card number online and
No,
people were.
well, it was like some kind of like Starbucks gift card or some shit.
Oh, okay. And then they could go in and okay, so if you I already understand you even better now. So with the Starbucks app, if you have a gift card, you can add the gift card to your Starbucks app. And then when you go to the Starbucks, they scan the little code. Okay, so I get
Yeah.
it. I get what they were doing. So they were just but Gina, to my knowledge, when I go to Starbucks, I usually spend like $10 or $8 on one cup of coffee. So what were they buying for 15? Were they getting like coffee and a pastry? Like what are they
Yeah,
doing?
probably because those fancy coffees cost like $7, right? If you're just getting an
Yeah,
Americano, it could
that's
cost like
usually what I
$4.
pay. Yeah, I usually pay like between 7, 8, and $9 for our coffee when I go in there. It's not cheap, but I usually don't spend like 15 or 20. Like I don't go in there and like. But I guess if it's not your money, you
Yeah,
can
it depends. Yeah, like if you,
help.
sometimes I get a little breakfast, not all, I'll get the breakfast sandwich sometimes, the one that's like a
Like
one
a
piece.
breakfast wrap or
Want to be egg.
something. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
mean, if it's Amani's money, treat yourself. I guess, right? Treat yourself. Just what you want. Order like you a Kardashian in there. Just be like, give me one of those, one of those.
If it's Amani's money, I'll be like, y'all got can I get like a Stanley cup?
Oh shit! You going for one of those $50 cups?
Yeah.
So I didn't even know because Jasmine has me blocked, which I have no issue with. But I didn't know that she was even doing those contests. It kind of goes against what I initially thought of her because I never thought of Jasmine to be a selfless person in any way. And don't get me wrong, $25 isn't selfless compared to the amount of money she grifts out of people on a daily basis. But the idea that she's even giving $1 back goes against what I initially thought of her. So I guess I have to give her a little grace because usually grifters take, and never give. So I'm a little surprised she's even giving anything back.
True. Yeah, she's trying to rebrand and stuff. Did you see the post I did about it was like a meme. I turned it into kind of like a meme where she posted like like a prayer, and then did you see my post? Hold on, I can pull it up real quick.
Yeah, I saw it on Facebook of all places. I saw you on Facebook when you posted it, and I was like, "Oh, Shabooty's over here on Facebook." You
Yeah,
need,
now my contact copies the Facebook, so
yeah, I saw you on Facebook, and I was like, "Oh,
let
Shabooty done made the
me
switch."
do a plug real quick. Follow me on facebook.com/Shabooty, and that's my page link. But anyway, yeah, so like Jasmine had posted this prayer. I'll read her prayer. It says, Morning prayer. Dear God, thank you for the gift of this morning, a fresh start filled with grace and peace. May my heart stay gentle and my spirit grounded, and my words carry love. Guide me to move with purpose, create with joy, and heal with kindness. Let today be a reflection of your light within me. Amen. And then I captioned it, a hoe's final form is a religious woman, and that's not the same as a God-fearing woman.
Yeah, that's one of the last stages. That's one of the last stages of hoeing.
Yep,
Find
you're
Jesus.
right. Right when you find out you got
What
an
would Jesus do?
right, right when you find out your STD is uncurable, you go to Jesus. That's
Yeah.
exactly what you do. And I think it's funny because the fact that she posts a prayer and what it said something like, "May my words speak kind." I don't remember what it said, but I was like, nothing has ever come out of your mouth has been kind. So I
No.
was like, my thought process was like, I wish I could see the look on Jesus's face when she was saying that, because you know how there's this meme that I love when I see online, and it says when you see a toxic person posting about peace and being and speaking kindly and forgiving, but in real life that person is toxic. I'd just be wondering, like, what does Jesus be thinking when he sees toxic people praying to him, acting like they're not toxic? Like, I would love to see the look on his face when he's like, I know that's not Jasmine. Like, I know that's not
He
Jasmine
probably
praying
got
to
her
me. I
he
know that's
probably got her blocked.
right. I know he was like, I know this. That
Jesus hit the block button. He's like
right.
blocked.
Maybe Jesus has a mute button when bad people
Hmm.
are praying. He just hits mute.
Yeah, he just mutes them. He's like,
Well,
that's it.
uh, he's not listening to our prayers because our prayers haven't been answered yet for her to be off TL or
I
TV.
know.
So
She's in
I
for the long haul, bro.
I try to post my daily deport Jasmine tweet, just to support the cause, just to support the cause. And don't think that I'm doing this politically. I don't believe anyone should be deported,
Yeah.
but
You saw my post
just
from the
her.
cello. I was like, oh, wait a minute. Jasmine, Florian, and Georgie are all scammers.
Like, what did speaking of which, back in the tell-all when they're in the house, like Jasmine was crying, and then well, I think it was like Florian, he was like, "Cut the act, like give me a hug or hug it out," and then she all of a sudden stops crying immediately.
Yeah,
No, she started crying, yeah, and then everybody's like, hug her, hug her. You see all the hands and everybody pushing him to hug her. He
Mm.
wasn't gonna hug her.
Yeah,
He
but then
was like,
all of a sudden she stops crying instantaneously.
yeah,
right,
she's
because it was performative. Jasmine is a not a attention a sympathy seeker. She needs you to feel sorry for her and to feel compassion for her. That's how.
what she does is she tries to be friendly with the people that she knows are most liable to curse her out and read her to filth. So you saw Florian goes off script. They give Florian a script in the beginning of the tell-all, but it usually doesn't end the way they plan it. He
she's
usually
like,
just starts,
no.
yeah, like I'm gonna say what I'm gonna say. So they probably tell her, you can fuck with Florian. We already told him this is what he's gonna say and act. And so she starts picking at Florian, calling him a sugar baby and a scammer. And
Mhm.
Florian was like, fuck this script. I'm going rogue.
Oh, the irony as well was Jasmine, who was there with her husband and boyfriend and baby daddy, calling another cast member a scammer.
And a
Like the
sugar baby.
irony is just crazy. And a
A
sugar baby, because
sugar
I was like,
baby.
ma'am, that's literally how she met Gino, as a sugar baby. And it's like you're calling him what you are.
A
And
sugar baby calling another person a sugar baby.
it all sparked because Florian said Jasmine never loved Gino. That's why she started saying all of that. That's what triggered her to start calling him a scammer and a sugar baby and a user and all that. It's all because anytime anyone says anything about Jasmine and what she did to Gino, she gets really offensive because she doesn't like people calling her out for what she did. Because let's just be real. Jasmine used Gino for a green card 2 months after she got here. She moved out. She was trying to be on her own. She didn't want him anymore. And not
He
only
served
that,
his purpose.
well, exactly. And I try to tell people all the time, I was like, pay very attention how people treat you after they get what they want from you. That gives you their true intention. Like when somebody wants something specific out of you and you give it to them, watch how they treat you after they have it. If they're not nice to you anymore, it means that they only wanted what they got out of you. If they still treat you like they like you, they might actually like you. They don't love you, but they might tolerate you. Jasmine was nice to Gino until the day her foot touched the United States soil. Once her foot touched that soil, she was like, "You small dick, you can't get it up, you porn addicted, ugly, bald headed." Any name that she could come up.
Yeah, let's open up this marriage. And it
Yes,
has to be with Matt. Because I'm
yes,
pregnant already.
exactly. That's actually funny
Can't be
because
with nobody
if
else
I
but
didn't know
Matt.
the
And then sorry to interrupt. I thought it was really cheesy at the end where like the preview. I don't know if it's a preview of later the last episode where Matt's all crying. He's like, "Am I actually the father or not?"
Oh,
Yeah.
Lord. Everybody's like, that's the thing that TLC wants puts on this tell all with stuff that we already know is not true. Like, Julia's dragging out this whole pregnancy thing, and we already seen pictures of her all over social media with her big ass belly. So we already know that she's gonna say she's pregnant. We already know that um um what is it what you call it, that Darcy and the other one are gonna be doing this because they already started, like everything is already Darcy and Georgie faking like they're breaking up and all of this shit. And then you see a People magazine on social media with them two renewing their vows or whatever the fuck. Like, you got everybody confused. Stop letting them air shit before the tell all.
Well, it's not that we're
yeah.
confused; it's where everything's spoiled.
Yeah, everything is,
Well,
you're
yeah,
doing
we're not
spoiler
confused.
alerts, and
We
then
don't
you want us to
know
sit
what's
through
going on.
50, 11 episodes of shit we already know.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. And I get messages where people are like, "Can you explain to me the timeline?" Because they're like, "I know how we got here, but they're like, when did this happen? Because this is confusing." And I'm like, it is confusing. The timelines are all completely screwed up. Because we
Yeah,
will know
they
that.
keep on doing the same shit. They record the tell-all, and then these cast members go online and post all their business, and then we go back to a tell-all, and we're like, okay, we already knew this. Everybody already knows, so it loses its luster. It's like, that's why people are tight that they're so long, because you're giving us information we already have.
Yeah, you're
We've
right.
we've been saying for months that Julia was pregnant, and then
Mhm.
Julia's gonna drag it out on the tell-all. Now they got this fucking tell-all house, I guess, to add more interest to the show, because the show is basically what I just said, shit that people already know. So this is
Oh,
what happens at the house afterwards.
ooh, I do want to say this. So Sunday, I was at a friend's house, that I've known for decades, at least over a decade, and I was in Cleveland at her house, and I was watching 90 Day Fiance, the Tell All Part 3, at her house, and she has never watched 1 minute of 90 Day Fiance. So this was really interesting. So, I was very intrigued to get her reaction of, obviously she's not going to fully understand it because she didn't watch the season, but she was watching the tell all. And at the end of it, she turned to me and she was like, this was really interesting. She was like, it kind of reminded me of the Real Housewives or
Mhm.
whatever. Cause she was like, but something she said to me stuck with me. She said, when they were in the house, she said it reminded me of like all of the different types of reality shows kind of mixed together. Because, a lot of the shows, they film people together in a house. And that stuck with me. And I was like, I wonder if this is why they keep doing it, because it's attracting people outside of the typical 90 Day Fiance fan. Because my friend said that she had never had any interest in watching that show. But she said when she sat through it with me on Sunday, she was like, she didn't find the actual tell all part interesting. It was the house part that
Mhm.
related to other reality shows that she watched. And she said that part was really interesting to her. So I wonder if that's where they're getting that feedback.
True. Well, the house part, we don't got to worry about Sean Robinson stinking up the joint.
Well, I mean, the house part is just to add a novelty to the staged film tell all, because it's full of concoction and shit we've already seen. So they're like, okay, what can we do to make people more interested in watching the 5,000 part tell all that we're gonna put out? You know what? Let's put them all in a house together and throw a lot of alcohol in there. See if we get anything worth filming.
It's interesting though how like because when they first did the Happily Ever After Tell-All House, No Limits or whatever, I thought like every single tell-all going forward is gonna have that format, but they only have done that with like, correct me if I'm wrong, with the Happily Ever After cast,
Yeah,
right?
just happily ever after. And it's weird. Why did you pick that cast over the
Because
other way?
yeah, because like it would be cool. It would be cool to have like a what's it called, like Hunt for Love House Tell-All or whatever the fuck.
Well, yeah, I don't know why they only picked one format. Like, I have a million questions, as to why.
Well,
You
they're probably gonna go forward. I could see them doing a house reunion tell all for Hunt for Love. I could see them doing that
well,
because you got all the singles. Now you're gonna put them all in the house together again.
yeah, putting them on the island and then putting them in the house, it kind of seems natural, right?
Right.
You put them on the island and they're
Yeah.
from villa to villa banging each other. So why not put them in the house for the tell all? They can hop from room to room and bang each other there.
Yeah, they can iron out all their issues that they had on the island.
Right.
Oh,
Yeah. It
yeah.
kind of goes hand in hand. You would think they would do that.
Maybe they didn't. This is just me spitballing, but like maybe they didn't have because like Hunt for Love was like a new IP or whatever, so they didn't have like confidence in it being a hit or not yet. So the first season they were like, yeah, let's just keep it low budget, no crazy fancy tell-all house, and keep it low budget because we don't know if it's gonna be a hit, a success or not. It's a new show. And then they saw it did pretty well in the ratings. So now maybe season two they'll put more budget in it, and then maybe for season two they'll do the tell-all house or something.
But probably they'll probably do the tell-all house much like the show, where the non-character players won't be at the tell-all house. They'll
Yeah,
just have
exactly.
to.
So then what the fuck is the
Yeah, so then it
point?
wouldn't make sense because they'll only have the 90 Day cast members at the house, but not, the other ones, the other randos that were just walking around there. You
The
saw them like once.
NPCs.
Yeah, the NPCs.
Yeah.
So, and it costs money because they will probably just put the main people at the house and then the rest of them, they'll put them at the Motel 6 down the block.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we don't want to pay for the NPCs.
at
I
the Howard Johnson.
Yeah,
I
just put
do
them in Motel
know.
6.
I know that they are very cheap when it comes to new IP because remember, I like to reference back the Single Life when it first started. Do y'all remember we used to watch on Discovery Plus,
Yeah.
and
Yeah,
Single Life wasn't an actual television show; it was a streaming only show.
right.
They did a streaming soft launch 6 months before it actually came on TV. And I think that they filmed that first season and they were like, this is either going to do really well or it's going to tank and we're going to lose every single penny. And I think that's, like you said, Shabooty, they did that test run. And when they saw that the streaming numbers was really good for the Single Life, and they did the same with Love in Paradise. It
Mhm.
was a streaming only show, and I think they did the first ever where they showed nudity
Yeah.
on that first season, which they canned it. They don't do that anymore. But they were really testing the waters
Mhm.
Yeah,
and trying
they
to see
were.
what they were going to get away with. And I think now that they know that it's working, I think they might put a little bit more money into it. So I think Hunt for Love is probably going to get a bigger budget in the future.
Yeah, they're probably gonna take the NPC players and put them in the house this go around. Okay, you guys can stay in the resort. You don't have to take a Uber to your Motel 6.
Maybe they'll have like a stripper dressed in like a raccoon costume or something.
I know a lot of those folks are coming back. I'm just kind of like exhausted with just seeing the same people. It's like overexposure already. You got to realize once when a person is overexposed, people start getting tired. And not even a likable person,
Mhm.
but here we are. You
Well,
know,
you see that a lot of people are making announcements online, like Shakarper.
Mhm.
They're going back and forth online, and they're like, "Oh, we're not together, and we don't love each other anymore, and we have all these issues." And it's like, this has to mean something. It means that they're gonna show up somewhere. So, I've been asking around. I was originally told that they didn't do the last resort. I'm now hearing that they did.
Yeah, I thought we were on the page that they did. Like, I thought that was confirmed that they did do it.
Somebody told me that they didn't, which came directly from Shekinah's mouth. And then I found out later that Shekinah told a direct lie to that person's face. I just don't want to get into it because I don't want to get into, that information. But she was out telling people that she didn't do the show. When in actual
Well, she's full of shit. I never for one second in my head she's always done it. So
yes. She
what about the I know I think you confirmed Darcy and Georgie are not going to be on Last Resort,
That's what I was told, but
but it seems like they're heading in that direction.
yeah, and so it's did you notice that Stacy
And Stacy is going to chime in like
yeah,
Darcy did to her
Yep.
relationship when she was on Last Resort.
they brought Stacy and Florian on to comment on Georgie and Darcy's relationship, and Stacy was like, "Florian moved out, and he doesn't love me, and he doesn't live with me." Like she used that opportunity to crowbar herself in for another show because I thought that I was crazy. I was like, "You're only here because you're supposed to be talking about your sister's time on Happily Ever After." Before she could say two things about her sister, she was like selling herself like it was an interview.
It's either that or they're trying to bring their show back. The Silver Twins, whatever that was the hell it was called, Darcy and
House of
Stacy.
11? No,
Oh
No,
no,
whatever.
Darcy and
the
Stacy.
Darcy and Stacy.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's true or not. I heard that those shows were canceled
yeah,
when the
those are too
new
expensive, right?
yeah the
Is
episode wait not the episode budget for the show. They said that the executives canceled it based on how high the budgets were. So Family Chantel was canceled due to the budget, and Darcy and Stacy was canceled due to the budget. How much each person was making, and how much it cost to produce the show. They said that it
that's like that's
Isn't it?
like
Isn't it?
Game of Thrones. Game of Thrones had to shut it down because the characters in the show, the actors started asking for ridiculous amounts of money for an episode.
well, when you get your own show, you can start asking for a lot more.
Yeah, yeah.
And because I'll say this, because I think it's probably long enough time has passed. So when Chantel got her own show, when the first season of The Family Chantel came out, I don't know if this is well known information, but Chantel was the only one getting paid. They weren't paying River, they weren't paying Winter, they weren't paying Karen, they weren't paying Thomas. And the second season negotiation, the family went into negotiation and they each came out getting paid. And then each season it went up, until the point where when the new company purchased it, they were like, "How much are we spending for this show?" And they were like, "Absolutely not." And they just axed it, because the girl Chantel was making well over $50,000 a season, well over, which is high for TLC. Extremely low for Bravo, but extremely high for TLC. So when they saw what the budget was, and Darcy Chantel was making, so that's why they were like, "Oh, we can't continue this." And I think that's probably why Georgie and Florian are kind of over the twins because they went from, full on making hundreds of thousands of dollars and living their best life and having sugar mamas to now both of the guys have jobs,
Mhm.
and they're working every day. And I think it changed the dynamic of their relationship because they looked at it as, "Oh, yeah, we're dating these women that have their own TV show. They're making hundreds of thousands of dollars. They have all these endorsements. They're buying us whatever we want." To where Georgie is working 60 hours a week and Darcy's complaining that he doesn't pay her rent. Like, I think the dynamic of it has changed. So I think the boys are checked out. They're like, "I didn't sign up to take care of a 60-year-old woman. I signed up for a 60-year-old woman to take care of me."
True. All right. Well, we've done about like 50 minutes. So, any final thoughts from the tell-all episode 3?
Um, Wait, how is Florian working in Connecticut and Stacy is in Miami? What do you mean how? I think that Florian's job is in Connecticut and he has a one-bedroom apartment there. And Stacy is living in that apartment that she rented in Miami Beach. I don't I don't know what you mean by how. Like I mean like I guess he just decided to take that job. I don't know if he took.
That because that's what the storyline is going to be. Could you picture Florian doing any kind of manual labor, working on a wood shop that she said he's working at?
Oh, okay. Yeah, she said, I meant, why wouldn't he rather be in Miami? He would, I would assume. So yeah.
Of course,
Well, Connecticut.
he's working at a wood shop in Connecticut.
Well, she said Connecticut of all places. Okay, so Pineapple Grove, he has connections in Connecticut because when Darcy and Stacy first had their show and everything, it was all out of Connecticut. They lived in Connecticut for
Yeah, Connecticut.
many, many years. So I'm assuming if this job is real, it's because of the connections that they made when they were living there. Yeah, it's not like a random state that he moved to. They were living in Connecticut for like years before they
Yeah,
moved.
that's for her dad. Their dad, like
The
Darcy
dad's
and
house
Stacey's
and all
dad
that
lives.
stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right, right. And actually Florian and Stacy lived in that house with the dad for quite a while. So yeah, it's not just a random state. He moved back there because he knew people there and he probably was able to fare out in Connecticut easier than he could than if he just would have went to a state he'd never been to.
They probably have an Albanian community there as well.
Yeah, that's true. And when you find your
When
community,
you find your community,
they help you out.
that's
Yeah,
it.
they
Yeah.
help you
Are
out.
they
They
a
make sure that
Bulgarian community?
The Bulgarian community, well,
That's
the Baltics.
Georgie.
Yeah, all the
Yeah.
Baltics kind of community together. So
Same difference. Same.
yeah,
yeah, they're gonna take care of them. But yeah, I think that the way that Stacy, crowbarred her relationship issues onto a season they weren't even on, I definitely see them showing up somewhere. But they've already, correct me if I'm wrong, but Florian and Stacy already did a last resort.
that's what I
Yeah,
said.
they did.
They did,
So
but they're gonna do the same
what are they
cameo that
ramping up
Darcy did.
for? Oh, so just roles reversed.
Yeah, it's gonna
Yeah.
reverse roles.
Okay, roles reversed. Okay, I understand. I understand. So Darcy and Georgie will be on, and then Stacy and Florian will show up the way Darcy and Georgie did. And okay, I got it.
Yes.
Yes,
Mhm.
we're stuck
We
with them
already know
again.
that's going to happen.
Every time they go to Turkey to get surgery, that means they're coming up on our screens,
Well, they do that like every few months.
and they come on a series.
Well, they disappeared for a while. After Darcy and Stacy show got canceled, they were gone for like almost 2 years.
And then they came back looking like this, and
Well,
now they
Yeah.
went to
Well,
Turkey.
no offense to them. I hope they did disappear again because I get bored when they're on my screen.
Yeah,
Well,
Darcy and Stacy just went to Turkey to get. Darcy definitely went to Turkey to get the breast reduction and
yeah.
some other shit done. So
Which
she's
she,
coming on last resort with small titties.
Captain, which she needed because those
She
titties were
definitely
funny.
needed those things.
Those
I couldn't focus on anything else when the camera would pan to her.
Captain, those titties acted like they were prisoners trying to escape a prison.
They should have just
They're
put
like
the mic.
torpedoes.
They were like the hosting the tell-all. You should just put the mic in between them and let
And
them
did
talk.
you notice that she had to tape her nipples because
She couldn't find enough tape because the nipple kept trying
right,
to come.
and all I could see was the tape, and I was like, "Girl,
Yeah.
put your titties away."
Yeah,
I think they had to like censor the nips, right? Like
yeah, they kept
That's
coming out. The dress was way too tight because then
yeah, but
at one point they panned to her back and all her back fat is hanging over the dress.
mhm.
yeah, and I want to say on episode 1 they blurred her nipples out, and then by the second episode I noticed there was tape over them. So I think the producers were like, "We got to tape her nipples because we're not going to be able to edit out her nipples the whole 4 episodes."
And she was putting her hair in front of it to cover it,
She
Mhm.
needed
trying
a
to cover
skirt.
it. So yeah, she
A
definitely needed to
skirt.
take it.
Like what the hell? So yeah, I'm actually happy that she got them reduced because I was like, how is she walking around like that? Like you would think she would stand up and just fall backwards with titties that big.
Yeah, her titties are too. Well, hopefully it's an improvement.
Well,
True. Like
anything Darcy does, Stacy got to do right because they have to look the same.
Well, Stacy's weren't as big.
Oh, so Stacy and Darcy had different size titties?
Yeah, Stacy's weren't as big as Darcy's. I think Darcy went for the whole the whole 9 yards.
Oh, see, I thought they got the same
Well,
thing.
at least they don't expose. Stacy's doesn't look as big because she doesn't show them as much, probably.
Yeah, she covers herself up a little more. Stacy is a little more classy. That's the one thing I learned. Stacy don't walk around with her ass hanging out as much as Darcy does. Darcy will show you her whole body. Stacy will put tape over her nipples.
Yeah.
True. All right, let me end it by saying we'll do like a more formal tribute, but let me say R.I.P. Chuck.
Oh yeah.
Let's
Yeah.
save the tribute for the
Yeah, rest.
Friday show.
Yeah. Rest in peace, Chuck.
I was so shocked, and yeah, he was such a decent guy and a good dad, and he put up with Andre. So yeah, we'll talk a lot more about him on
Not
Friday.
just Andre, the whole family, the poor man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he was.
Even when he did the try to date, remember he went on the date show. What was
Oh
it?
yeah, he did the single life.
The
Yeah,
single
yeah,
life. Yeah.
he
He was
just
a really okay guy. I mean,
he did so
as
much
far as the screen.
he did so much for so many people. That man had a lot of kids, and he took care of those kids, and he was a family man. And I think that's what we need to remember him as. He was a man that loved his family, and that makes you a decent human being in my book.
True. So yeah, we'll do more long-winded tribute next Friday, hopefully.
All right. Well, everybody have a nice Thanksgiving.
Yeah, everybody
Enjoy.
have a
So we
great Thanksgiving.
Yes.
Don't kill any
Hey,
family
family
members.
members.
Don't kill any family
yeah,
members.
let's do a challenge to our list. I'll try to post this hopefully tonight or something, but let's do a challenge. I'm gonna do a challenge to like our listeners, like I want someone like one of our listeners. I'm not saying to interrupt your like Thanksgiving meal, but before you cut the turkey or whatever, before or whatever, like take a photo. You may need two phones for it, but have one phone with like our podcast and use another phone to take a photo of our podcast on your phone next to the turkey. I challenge someone to do that.
Oh, I'm gonna do it. And we're having turkey and roast and ham. So I'm gonna put all of the meat on the table, and I'm gonna take a selfie with our podcast.
Yeah, we do that. Yeah, with like your phone showing that you're listening to our podcast, and you may need two phones to do that. But yes, do that, people, and then send it to us.
Is that after or before we get drunk?
Either or.
Uh, well, I hope everybody has a great Thanksgiving.
Yeah, we don't have our Thanksgiving's
Yes,
in October, so we don't
Gina,
have no holidays.
you don't have Thanksgiving on Thursday?
No.
So
No.
wait, what are you doing on Thursday? Do you have to go to?
I'm working on Thursday.
So wait. Oh, so it's just like a typical normal day.
So you said yeah, Thanksgiving in Canada is already over, right?
Yeah, that was in October. That
Wow,
was
that's so weird.
well, what was the day that they don't call Columbus Day anymore? They call it something else now in October.
Oh, so it was your Columbus. Oh, so our Columbus Day was your Thanksgiving. Oh,
Yes.
Yeah. So Columbus. I mean, the Pilgrims stopped by Canada before they came down over here.
I guess so. But I can always buy a Swanson dinner, and you can have your turkey.
Eat a turkey sandwich.
yeah. Just let's have a turkey sandwich. That way you can like still have turkey with everybody.
Well, I had turkey on like Thanksgiving.
Oh, so you already did it.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's weird. I feel like Canada's like not that different, so it's weird when we have different holidays.
True.
Yeah. So.
Well, yeah. So everyone, have a good Thanksgiving, and we'll catch up on Friday, hopefully.
All right.
Don't spend too much money on Black Friday shopping.
Do your outro.
I do need to buy a lot, but I'll try not to.
Do you really need to buy a lot, or you just want to buy a lot?
No, for like other people, I do.
Okay. Just checking.
Just for me. Like I have to buy a lot for other people.
Yeah, he has to get Jasmine a salt and pepper shaker.
Yeah. I have to make sure that Jasmine's house is fully stocked for things that she's never gonna use.
All right.
Get fake Gino dolls. Like just get like Gino dolls.
True. Well, I'm gonna do my outro.
All right.
Yes.
Thank you, everyone, for listening to 90 Fiancé Fridays on a
Tuesday.
Tuesday.
Peace
Peace out, everybody.
Good night.
Good
Bye.
night.